Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Would you guys like to see behind the camera? Let me show you my Overwatch Studio, because it is a beautiful place, ladies and gentlemen. At least I think it is. I'll also give you some tips on how to set up something like this yourself. Maybe if you're like a budding streamer or content creator or anything like that. Let's do this. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what I basically spend most of my day looking at. That is my... this is where I create almost all of my videos. It's not where I record all of my footage, though. I do have another PC actually back in the house where I do work there. However, this room... In fact, I should probably explain what this room is. So this room here was something which I had built. It's actually it's like a big shed. That's kind of it's like a fancy shed, although it's got some really fancy features, which I'll show you in a second. And don't worry, guys, I will show you all of the stuff. I know I'm just like showing you the roof, which is a bit boring, but you can kind of see what we're going for here. Like the whole thing is whitewashed, and we've got these LED lights, white LED lights in the roof, so we get a nice white sort of colour. Also, obviously, we've got massive LED lights, LED ring light. We've got another LED light over there, so we get really good light. However, this is really funky. Maybe I can show. In fact, I can probably show you if I come over here. Let's do this, right? This is the wall, ladies and gentlemen, right? Now, I don't know whether you guys can see this. You might be able to hear it. Can you guys hear that? The walls in this, it's essentially a recording studio, float. So what this means is when sound hits the wall, it bounces. So you might notice that it's very dead in here. There's not any echo. You'll also notice there is some acoustic foam in the corners there, and I will explain what that's for, because a lot of people don't really understand what that's for, which is a bit of a shame. Let me just see if I can correct the camera. There we go. It's gone a bit crazy because it's been stared into lights. Anyway, yeah, the whole thing is just a box that I can go into, scream and shout. And the reason why this was built is so I don't offend the neighbours. And at the time when I had it built, because I built this with my brother-in-law, it was the cheapest way to go about it, because I wanted to carry on making YouTube videos and all of that stuff, and also ignore that mess under there. I'll explain that in a second. I wanted to go ahead and make YouTube videos and stuff, but I was looking at possibly moving out at the time, but it would have been really expensive. However, I got permission to build this thing, so I built this, and yeah, I mean, the rest's sort of history. It's such a cool space, although I think I am starting to outgrow it. Anyway, let's not explain what's going on here first. Let's go over here, because I'm sure a lot of you guys probably want to see this thing. This is the thing which is behind me. This is all of the Overwatch swag I've collected over the years, and I've got so much swag. There's a ton of it in the house as well. We've got bits and pieces over here. This is kind of like my storage area over here, but we've got loads of stuff here. Like there's a massive Overwatch backpack. Like just crazy. We've got like loads of other bits and pieces down there. Oh, my chef hat, if you guys seen the video, the cake video, that was my chef hat. That's awesome. All these bits and pieces. Air conditioning unit there, which is very much needed in summer, because yeah, it can get quite warm in here. And there's one of my road bikes, which is connected into a trainer, because what I tend to do is I will sit with I'll pull the road bike out, and then I sort of watch the TV. The light in here is obviously moved out of the way for that, but I watch the TV because the TV is this is a big 55-inch 4K display. Hello, and yeah, beautiful. All right, anyway, let's discuss this, because this is probably what most of you guys want to see, and then you probably want to see the and this really annoys me. The setup, this stuff, right? These posters keep falling off the wall. They are so annoying. They've got blue tack on them, and I don't know why they keep falling off. It must be something to do maybe with the heat. I don't know. I have no idea. So weird. Anyway, moving on. Right, okay, so what we've got here is obviously all the boxes that I've collected. Like, these are the figures. So that's the Tracer box, Reaper, that's Widow, that's Overwatch Collector's Edition, Reinhardt's Hammer, Overwatch Scarf, because you need an Overwatch Scarf, YouTube 100,000 subscriber plaque thing, my little jug for pouring water cooling fluid. This is water cooling fluid, by the way. That has to go into the PC, which is behind here. Although the window is facing to the side, because I don't want flashing lights in my face, ladies and gentlemen, because it looked like I was in some sort of like discotheque with crazy like blue lights all over me. Anyway, there's the plaque. Beautiful. Unit lost 100,000 subs. Magnificent. A Soldier 76 hat. Now you will notice, ladies and gentlemen, I have got a lot of Jinx stuff. This is because I'm a Jinx ambassador, so it means they send me all of their stuff. I have so many Jinx snapbacks and baseball caps, it is insane. I got a couple of Spitfire model, well, there's a Hurricane and a Spitfire. These were sent to me for my birthday. Also, we've got this, which I really love this thing. This is Biggin Hill Heritage Hanger. This is from the Spitfire flight I did. So if I just take you guys over here, ooh, I'm such a terrible cameraman. This thing here, this is my certificate. Which obviously has got my name on it, it's got my date of flight and all of that stuff. It's got like Commander. It's crazy. But that was from when we did the flight for London Spitfire announcement video. That was so cool. Obviously there's a picture of me standing by a Spitfire as well. I think my sister got me that for my birthday actually, which was wonderful. Anyway, moving on, let's go back over here because we are massively sidetracked. Let's stay on the top level and let's go across this way. So, these things people think are Overwatch like versions of the game. I'm not going to get them out, but what these were Overwatch recruitment packs they were called, and they've got the Lucio soundtrack vinyl. They've got some stickers in there, like little instruction manuals, and they had the copy of the game, I think, in them. But Blizzard sent me loads of them. I think the idea was to just give them to people, but yeah, it didn't quite work out like that. Although this one is still sealed. This one might be a collector's edition at some point. These two are open though. Actually, I think I opened them to get stickers for my laptop, I think. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Right, all right. Oh, this thing in here. That is the BlizzCon 10th anniversary. Do you call them Steins? I think it's Stein, right? This thing is amazing. Look at that. Obviously, only BlizzCon attendees got these. Look at that. It's so cool. That is awesome. Like that is like I guess you could say a rare thing. Well, it is rare. I mean, yeah. Only the people that went to BlizzCon and Blizzard employees got those. That was ridiculous. Anyway, we got Reinhardt. That's a big Funko Pop Reinhardt. Then we've got Bastion. This Bastion came from Overwatch World Cup 2017, Santa Monica. He lights up as well. He's cool. It's actually quite a nice model, that Bastion. He's quite detailed, because some of the Funko Pop stuff is a bit cheap. Like, if you look at Reinhardt's face there, I can probably zoom in. You see that there? Yeah, it's not the best quality, but you know, they're pretty cheap. So, all right then. Talking of Funko Pops, this is the new range of Funko Pops. Again, this is like stuff that gets sent to me. So all of the Overwatch stuff. This Mercy, Zarya, she got sent to me as well. I think I got these two from BlizzCon actually myself. Mini Bastion from BlizzCon. Winston. Oh yeah, little Winston. He's from. Let's just see if we can grab him. Oh no. I think we're gonna lose Bastion. No, he's good. Yeah, little Winston. He is from. If it focuses. Come on, focus. Oh god. Focus on little Winston. There we go. He is from Gamescom 2016. If you went to the event and played Overwatch at Gamescom, you got the Winston. So cool. And it's just got a Heroes of the Storm necklace. Oh, this is real funky. So this, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ganymede, but it's the test version of Ganymede. This is not. Let me just hang on a minute. You can look at the back of Mari. There we go. Look at that. Sample not for sale. This is one of a kind. This is the test sample for Ganymede. How cool is that? Also, as well, we've got Angry Winston, which I think was supposed to be an exclusive to Gamescom, but then they just started selling him elsewhere anyway, so whatever. Awesome. And we've got my famous balloon. Gotta love that. Best emoji in the world. The cup is. I think I got that from BlizzCon actually, that massive Overwatch cup, but they're like way too big to drink out of, so that's why you see a lot of the cups around here. Like here, Winston cup. Now, you'll notice in this little pod, there's a bit of space with, well, nothing there. The reason is, Widow, who's down here, she was going to go into there, but Widow, if you just do a little bit of zoomage. Hello, Widow. Yo, Widow. She don't fit, because she's too tall. So Widow has to sit next to Diva, but there you go. Alright, yeah, so there's a space. This is the limited edition Overwatch art book. That is amazing. If you've got any interest in, like, hero design, level design, anything like that, that book is well worth getting hold of. I mean, you don't have to get the limited edition. You can just get the normal edition. It's still got the same content, but I mean, that is just awesome. Illidan. I forget where Illidan's from. I think he was from Gamescom. No, I think he's from BlizzCon, actually. Out of one of those little, like, You could buy these little boxes and they've got like random heroes. I think it's Cute But Deadly, I think that is. Winston mug, awesome. Big Winston, that's a big Funko Pop Winston. Funko Pop Farah, Soldier 76, a Diva keychain, which I must say is magnificent, absolutely magnificent. It should probably be on the keychain actually, although there is a better keychain over here, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the Pachimari keychain. The single best piece of Blizzard merchandise that's ever been made. There is no question. There is no doubt in my mind. Anyway, you'll see here, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a massive Sombra pillow. That thing is massive, and I highly regret buying that when I went to BlizzCon because I could not get it into my luggage, and I had to shove that into my hand luggage, and it was so massive, it was so annoying. But there you go. This is a new Roadhog. This is from the new Funko Pop collection. No, is it Funko? Yes, I think it is. Yeah, I think that's the new Funko Pop collection, Roadhog. And the quality of this is much better than some of the other ones, especially in the older Reinhardt. So you can see they've upped their crew a little bit. This is so goddamn cool. That is the aircrew badge for like what was on my flight overalls when I flew the Spitfire. That's so cool. Like MJ627, it was a training Spitfire, but it actually shot down German Messerschmitts over the English Channel because things were getting quite desperate at the time, and every aircraft had to be used. Now, I'm trying to reach in the back here, but I'll just move Snowball out of the way. Oh god, May has just collapsed. That there, look at that. That's a handbook that was given to everybody who went to the 2017 Los Angeles, I think it was in Santa Monica, group stage for the World Cup, and behind that is the Lucio vinyl, which, as I say, I've got quite a few of them because they're in these boxes over there in the recruit kit things. All right then. Anyway, I've destroyed this because May's fell over, but we'll just leave it like this for now. So we've got a little Funko Pop May, beautiful. Then we've got a Snowball, which has got the face panels which change, so you can change the expression, although I don't know where I've put them. I think they're in one of my drawers. And we've got the very first Overwatch cap that I actually got, which is quite nice. And then moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a big Winston plushie pillow thing, which again is quite big, although not as big as the Sombra pillow. We've got a Lucio Funko Pop, and we've got a black Overwatch snapback. And now in the back there, I'm not going to get this out because this is like wedged in. Those are bags that were sent to me. Well, I think there's one bag in the back there. But we did a competition a while ago. I think it was for the first Halloween event, where those are trick-or-treat bags that we gave away, but I kept one of them for myself. And it's like a Blizzard Halloween Junkenstein bag. It's pretty cool. Which leads on to the next thing over here. That mask of Junkenstein in the background, that's where that comes from. Because it's like a Halloween mask. Awesome. Tracer statue. This was the first Overwatch statue which was available, although it wasn't the first one I got. I think I got this quite late because I believe it was out of stock. Because at the time when these were available, it was early closed beta, I think, for Overwatch, and I don't think I got there in time to buy them. They were just totally out of stock straight away because it was like, oh my god, it's a new Blizzard IP. Why Sombra fell over? What? What's going on with Sombra? That don't look right, does it? What the hell? Looks like Sombra's leg is bossed or something. That's not good. Sombra. Anyway, this is Nendroid Tracer. These are really high quality. These are much higher quality than a Funko Pop thing. And also, you can put them into any kind of pose you like. They're really cool. I think they're quite expensive, though. We've got Zenyatta Funko Pop, which I think is part of the new range. This, which seems to have just collapsed, which I don't know why. That's the Sombra Funko Pop. And then that, ladies and gentlemen, can anybody guess what that is before I tell you? Well, I'm about to tell you, so you better guess quick. That is an Overlord from StarCraft 2. That was part of the swag bag from one of the BlizzCons. I think it was BlizzCon 2017, possibly. The other Funko Pop thing from the new range is Junkrat, pretty decent. Also, the fact that he hasn't collapsed is probably quite good. What has happened to that? That's so bad. Reaper. I think Reaper was the first statue I bought, because I think Reaper was shown off at Gamescom 2016, because I remember he was on a rotating platform because he's obviously doing Death Blossom, and it looked really, really cool. We've got a couple of coat hangers here. We've got the McCree, the Mercy. I think this might be a limited edition Mercy one as well, because it's the Summer Games Mercy skin there. That might have been a rare one, I'm not sure, because those coat hangers, you open them, they've got rare ones inside, because you get a gold Reinhardt as well, I think. We showed you that thing, so that's cool. Let's drop down here. This is where it starts to get a little bit boring, where I should probably start, you know, cleaning this up. This is just boxes of stuff. So obviously my headset box, because HyperX, one of my sponsors, it's awesome. I've got all their gear, as you'll probably see, like everywhere. Like there's HyperX, like all of that is HyperX. But we'll get over to that in a second anyway, ladies and gentlemen. So that's kind of like a storage area. This is probably the most uninteresting bit of the whole thing, because what you've got to think is, if we move back here, what I'm trying to do is get as much of this in shot as possible. Can you see what I mean with these posters falling off? It's so annoying. So like, we kind of have, I guess, like this, that's kind of the shot we were going for. So it kind of doesn't matter about this one, but it does if in this context, right? Anyway, this thing is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what this is about. It's a drinking glass. Who would use this to drink out of? It is terrible design. Like, I'll open the lid and I'll show you. It's just like, what? Look at that. Just give us a water bottle, Blizz. Why, like a glass thing with a metal lid? I mean, it's really high quality. It looks like an Overwatch logo in it and everything, but... Yeah, then we've got Soldier. Now, you might notice something different about this Soldier, that I painted parts of this Soldier. It was a bit of a project that I did very early on with Overwatch, I think. It's one of the first things I did, I think, when I got the Collector's Edition. I was like, wow, I'll paint him, because he was just black and it was a bit lame. Although, obviously, that was to cut down production costs. Right then, we've got Don't Mess With Me or Don't Talk With Me and My Son Ever Again. This is the official Blizzard Pachymari. This thing does this. That is a dodgy one off eBay. It does not do anything. It's also got a Jinx hat on, because I've got loads of Jinx hats. Now here is a loot box. This is for the 2016 Summer Games. I'll open. R.I.P. Sombra. I think that's just generally broke. Good quality. I can't open this with one hand. Right, just take my word for it. This has got tickets to the Lucio Ball, like final inside it, and it has got a big gold medal, like an actual gold medal. But a very interesting fact about this box is, you know, the Brigitte cosplay, the Doomfist cosplay, the Moira cosplay. I think this was the very first collaboration Henchman Studios did with Blizzard on Overwatch, and Henchmen are the guys who built all of that stuff. So they made these, and they made the medals. So cool. Behind Through Widow's Legs, we've got PS3, my Nintendo Wii, and I think that's all that's in there at the moment. And behind there is just like, it's a secret stash in there, because it's covered obviously by the massive Diva box. There's my steering wheel. This thing is the best steering wheel you can buy, by the way, the Logitech. I forgot the name of it, but it's so cool. It's got paddles, just like my car. It makes me feel like I'm racing. We've got, what are those in there? Oh yeah, these are... Them things in the back are headset covers for my HTC Vive, but they've got Unit Lost embroidered on them. It was some random gift that was sent to me. So you get this when you've got a YouTube channel. People send you random stuff. There's an M&M dude. This was given to me for my birthday. Don't know why. There's a gun. This is not a real gun. Like, you've seen that gif of me. It involves this. This was I think it's a cap gun, actually. I'm sure I can open it somehow. I'm probably getting like demonetized on YouTube now for this, because they probably think it's an actual gun. Oh, yeah, there we go. I think it's a cap gun. You put caps in it there. It's like a kid's thing. Came from, I think that came from a great uncle's house or something insane. Random. We thought it was a lighter, but it wasn't. It might be a lighter, I'm not sure. And there's Dead Sombra. Let's just put you just go over there with Reaper. You like Reaper. Who's the puppet master now, eh? This is my HOTAS for... I used to play Elite Dangerous. Used to quite like that. That's what I used this for. It was beautiful. There's my Cloud Alpha headset in the background. That is a really good quality headset, by the way. Awesome. Then we start getting into Warhammer stuff. So if you're not interested in Warhammer, you're probably like, what the hell is all of this? So this is just... I won't go into too much detail on this, but this is tons of Warhammer. We've got Codexes, Astra Militarum, Skitarii even, Mechanicus, Orcs. These are probably out of date by now. In fact, I probably would say they are out of date. This rulebook is definitely out of date. Rise of the Primarch. I think that was one of the earliest things one of the latest things I bought, actually. Something to do with the return of Gulliman, I think. Art of XCOM, really good those are. In fact, if I show you guys this stuff on the wall here, those are from the Art of XCOM book. I actually because I've got two, I cut these out. So I thought they made like really cool sort of poster prints. Yeah, XCOM, one hell of a game. Anyway, moving back on, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got like psychic power cards, which are probably again out of date. Got a load of dice, objective dice, hit markers, some more dice over there. We've got some 40k boxes, like there's a ton of stuff in behind here, like Orc Boys. We've got Leave Rush Demolisher there. What's this? Some Guardsmen, awesome. Some, I think there's Sicarians in there inside. Then we've got all, like, it is literally a terrible habit. People always say about 40k that it is worse than being addicted to crack. It literally is. I think it's more expensive as well. So we've got like Overkill box set, Age of Sigmar, Deathstorm, Execution Force. That box at the bottom is that the latest set? That might have been the one with the new Primaris Marines in. I don't think I've taken them out. Yeah, it is, because look, there's a Nurgle dude on the side. Plague Marine. More 40k stuff, loads of stuff. This thing I absolutely love, but I haven't put Gulliman together, but that to me looks like such an insane model. That's so cool. And I'll show you guys some more models in a second, because I do have a display case with some of them in. Motherboards. This motherboard is absolute garbage. Right? The reason I've got two boxes is because these motherboards absolutely fail. They just collapse, and then it's like, why? I don't know why I keep buying them. Probably should buy different motherboards. Yeah, Horus Heresy box set. That's my eye tracker in there. I'm going to use that. See that down the side? That Steel Series box. That's my eye tracker. I do have an amazing idea for a video, which will be coming out fairly soon as I make the thing. I guess we take a look at Diva. See what I mean with this poster? What is this about? Look, ramming that on and they just fall off. It's so annoying. Let's just leave them. So this is Diva. Now, first time I've seen this mech was at Gamescom 2017, I believe. And I was like, excuse me. Look at it. It's actually is quite a good finish on this. Like, it's not, like if you're into model painting, you could be like me and look at them and be like, hang on, focus. Yeah. So you look at it and you can see like little mistakes, detail. You can get a bit anal about it, ladies and gentlemen, but as far as like a model goes from a distance, it looks really cool. Like, it's so cool. And what people don't know about this, the whole thing is metal. This is metal. It weighs an absolute ton. That's why it's on this box, because this box is like a huge box, but it's got like a massive polystyrene like encasing thing in there, which is what Diva was encased in. So that keeps the structure okay. And I totally have to use it as a table. And of course, this would not fit inside the display camera. I mean, you can clearly see there is no way, ladies and gentlemen, it would fit. Next up, we have got a load of stuff here. This is from like all of the events I've been to. Look at this, like Overwatch World Cup 2017. Apparently, I've got two of them. Talent. We've got Pro Player. Probably the only time I'll be called a Pro Player. 2000. Oh, that was from the World Cup. Yeah, from BlizzCon. We've got this thing that lights up. We've got ESL Crew, ESL Special Guest, Gamescom, Insomnia. Look at that. That's ancient. IPL. First BlizzCon I ever went to. Couldn't believe I was going there. It just blew my mind. It was insane. More Insomnia. 2011 Insomnia. We've got Gamescom, Stylosa. But I can't believe it. Like, it's crazy. The reason I think a lot of people keep these when they go to events is just like, I mean, look at them. They remind you of what you've done, I suppose, in a way. So cool. Alright, so I'll show you guys over here before we get to the PC. I know this is a pretty long video, but I hope you guys are enjoying it. Because loads of people request this, and I just never, ever get around to doing it. I thought, well, let's do it on a lazy Sunday. This is my stress relieving ball, which I can punch. Although I wouldn't recommend punching it because it just flies off into space. That in there is a HTC Vive motion tracker. But as you can see, has a slight problem. Because, well, there's loads of stuff in the way. And you'll probably notice that I don't have the HTC Vive anywhere set up. Because I don't really have the space for it, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, we've also got a Storm Raven gunship there in the corner. We've got some bits and pieces just chucked on top naturally. Like one thing you'll notice about this place, it's very much like a working, living, like office space in a way. That's why we've got like mess down there, because I'm like, it's out of mind, right? It's out of sight. There's only so much, ladies and gentlemen. You can like, but what's the point? You know what I mean? It's like, whatever. I'm here to work. It's all good. Diva, nerf this hoodie, which has to be one of my favourite hoodies. So cool. That We Hear You. Oh, that's my audio mixer. This is a pop-up green screen. That is the HTC Vive in a massive box. There's my little filing cabinet with bits and pieces shoved in. What else is around here? I think that's another green screen in there. Anyway, you've probably seen all of this stuff, guys. This is my 40k painted collection. So these are Emperor's Children. Heresy era Emperor's Children. If any of you guys know what that means, I'm not going to explain it, but there's Sakaran battle tank, you gotta love it. But in the corner is the man himself. That is Fulgrim. I'm choking to death. That's horrendously out of focus. It doesn't really do him justice, but there are pictures of Fulgrim on my Instagram page, I think. So cool. I mean, look at that. Look at this dude. Look at that dude. Oh yes, look at that dude. So I really enjoy 40k, especially painting the models. Like, it's so it's therapeutic, but it takes so much time. Like, I'm finding it very hard now that I actually have time to do it. Anyway, down here we've got, I mean, if you guys remember in the past, if any of you guys remember from years ago, I used to do streams where I'd paint 40k models on Twitch. I was one of the first creative streams really that did that. So cool. That anyway is the Imperial Knight. It's the Unit Lost Imperial Knight. This thing is so cool. Look at that. It's magnetic as well. This is so you can change the weapons on it. I think that was the first magnetic thing I ever did. Is that Dune Crawl? I think that's called. It's been so long that like I can't remember the names of the stuff, which is pretty bad. We've got some dudes at the front. Again, real nice, like super detailed models. But you can see what I mean. Like when I look at the Diva statue and I'm like, yeah, the paint job's not the best. Ow, I could have done a better job. Look at that. So cool. Anyway, let's go down to the next tier. So that's my Mechanicum army. This is Age of Sigmar meets like Blood Angels meets like some Primaris Marines. So the Age of Sigmar stuff, I think this might be catching on actually, Age of Sigmar now as a game. Cool. We've got these guys at the front. These are new Marines. That's literally all I've put together. Did that months ago, and it was like, right, I'm just going to do some 40k. I've done it for ages. I did that, and then I didn't get any further than that, because after you've done that, you need to spray paint them with like an undercoat, like a base coat. And then at the bottom, we've just kind of got like all the odds and ends, sort of out of sight, out of mind. These are the projects that were being worked on. We've got like Lima Rust battle tanks there, bit of Eldar. I think those guys are Phoenix Guard from Forge World. Got like an Imperial Knight Sarge there for some reason. Anyway, that's my 40k collection, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That's awesome. Right then, let's talk about the meat of the room, which you guys are probably like, come on, Sty, let's get to it. Before we do that, let's talk about this terrible area of the room. The bin, ladies and gentlemen. Some weights, which are never used, ladies and gentlemen. A weight bench, which is never used, ladies and gentlemen. The bikes, like I said earlier, this is used quite a bit. So that's not a total disaster. Although, funny thing is, if you look at the tyre, when you're in this, when it's set up, it sprays rubber. In fact, you can see some of it down there. Can you see there? Zoom in. That there. That's rubber from the tyre. Gets sprayed into there. So I should start, put something there instead of just doing it and doing whatever. Anyway, let's look at this. This is my World Cup jersey from 2017. I don't know what it is, but when you see stuff with your name on, you're like, wow, it's so cool. Especially when it's stuff you haven't had made yourself, like it's given to you. Look. What is with that? I hate those posters. I suppose I should tell you where these posters come from. So these are for the launch of Blizzard World. I think the community managers in America sent these, because normally, because I'm in the EU, the community guys from Blizzard EU will be the ones who send stuff over. It's so cool to get stuff sent over. It's just unbelievable. Like, what the hell? Like, it's mind blowing. Anyway, this is my London Spitfire Stylosa jersey, the away version. Now, the thing with these jerseys are, I've got, you see my name on there. I've got, look at that, it's so cool. 4 of each, home and away. It's so goddamn cool, that is. But it's a little bit annoying because there's no, I'll show you here, guys. There's no number on the back. So, missed the opportunity to put 69. Right then, let's talk about this setup, right? Because it's probably what a lot of you guys want to see want to know about this stuff. So let's start with the back first. Let's start with these lights. Now, you'll notice like space is at a bit of a premium, like if the camera contrast sorts itself out there, but everything fits in just about. Like the light ring goes down out of the way when I watch the TV. That's obviously not in the way of the TV. But let's just discuss this stuff, this acoustic foam, which is falling off the wall, oh dear. People get really confused about this stuff and they think it's soundproofing. A lot of mistakes new YouTubers start, and even YouTubers have been doing it for a while, is they will buy these panels and they will clad the entire wall with these panels. You'll notice that I've got some over there, some there. There's one in the corner there, but that one's kind of redundant because since this whole display got set up, it kind of doesn't have any impact. But you'll notice the room's not completely surrounding them. The reason for that is these just get rid of echo. That's all they do. You put them in the corner. There are special corner blocks you can buy actually, which go straight into the corner, but you put them in the corner to just sort of deaden the sound. So think of the sound wave goes towards it, bounces around inside, and then it's lessened when it comes out, so you don't get echo. That's kind of all they're used for. So people who cover their entire room in them don't really get any benefit. So don't do that. Just sort of put them in the corners and you'll be okay. Like I said, you'll notice that there isn't any sound echo as I'm talking into this microphone. At least I hope there isn't, ladies and gentlemen, although I'm sweating like crazy, but I hope there's nothing echoing back. But I'll just blame the microphone. My ears are not hearing echo, so that's cool. Yeah, all right, so PC set up here. Got my trusty Amazon Alexa, which I use for playing music, basically. Like this plays Spotify. I'm not going to tell it to play Spotify because I'll just get the video muted and then copyright banned and God knows what. That's the PC, which probably needs a bit of a clean on top, looks a bit dusty. But that's the absolute workhorse. That thing is a monster. Specs of that I think are in the video description still, unless I remove them. But it's just that thing. I've had it for almost 2 years now, so maybe I could get an upgrade, but like it's got SLI 1080s in it. It's just ridiculous. It's got 6900K CPU, which is overclocked. It's got 32 gig of RAM. It's got about 20 terabyte of storage. It's got NVMe SSD hard drives. It's just a beast. It's got terabyte HyperX. Like it just in fact they're over here. This is the box. Yeah, it's got a couple of these in. You guys can see that there. 960 gig. NVMe SE Predator drives in there as well. It's just insane. It's like a friggin' monster. So it doesn't really need upgrading, but Right then, let's take a seat. Oh, because I am burning up. This is my setup. Now, this is the latest edition. Is my PS4 Pro, which I've been playing God of War on, and I've really been enjoying that. But also, you get like the age-old thing of the content creator where it's like, no, I wish I could make videos on this, or I should be streaming this, or not just sitting down and enjoying it for, you know, fun, which is what games are for, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that thing there in the background, that bar, is the monitor mount, because you'll notice both the monitors are floating. Now, this is a recent addition, because on the floor here, you can see both the monitor things are down there, which need to probably be taken away. But, and also talking about the floor is carpet tiles that are not laid down so they can be replaced. See that? Functional. Right then, so yeah, the monitors. We've got my trusty, there she is, look, the BenQ XL 2411T, 144 gaming monitor, so 144 Hertz. I've had this for years. Should probably upgrade this by now. I think the colours are starting to go on it, but it has been one hell of a monitor. I think I paid like 600 or 800 pound for this at the time, but I've had it for like 6 or maybe even 7 years. I've had this monitor for so long now. Probably should upgrade it, but I don't know, you just kind of get used to it, right? This though is a brand new monitor. This is an Asus 4K display. It's not high hertz though. It's only it's not high refresh rate. It's only 60 hertz. So what I tend to do with this is use it for like video editing and stuff like that, because you'll notice my desk, like I can just sort of scoot around into the corner here. Then I'm in video editing mode. I'm in gameplay mode, you know, that kind of stuff. I've got my wireless charger for my phone, awesome. I've got my new HyperX mouse, the Pulsefire RPG mouse. Not RPG, RGB, there we go. Red, green and blue. There's my old mouse, which is still plugged in for some reason, not sure why. I've got my fancy HyperX keyboard, which you could probably do like a, woo, look at that. Look at it glow. This is genuinely the best keyboard I've ever owned. It's so good. Probably needs cleaning though, it's awesome. There's my keys to get into the place. We've got like a knife over there, an Allen key, and a pen that I've been chewing on, don't know why. Remote for the TV. Remote for the LED lights, that's what that is, because those are LED. See, because these lights, it's crucial you get LED lights. Like, that's LED, this is LED, lights in the roof are LED, because if you get the halogen lamps, you will die in a fire of hell, ladies and gentlemen. It's so warm, you'll just get burnt to a crisp. This is, you can see as I'm talking, it's picking up me talking, although I'm not using that to record, I'm using the thing on the camera, but this was probably the single best thing I've ever bought. Now, I'm a total noob when it comes to audio. Suffice to say, I don't really know what I'm doing, right? But I managed to get this set up in such a way that it works so good. Like, it doesn't matter where I plug this in, what PC I plug this into, the microphone will just work. There's no messing around with setup on the PC. All of it is done here. And also, like, you can plug additional inputs into it as well. So if I get like a streaming PC, like that could plug its sound into this and it can all be routed through that. It's so cool. And this plugs into the PC via USB, which is awesome. Microphone. Now, this is something a lot of people like to talk about. So if I just pull this out, this is my mic. Now, it is a Rode Procaster. Now, there are two versions of this. This is obviously the XLR version, because we're going into an XLR audio interface. But this is, I forget the technical description of this, but it basically only picks up audio, like here, at the front of the microphone. So if, in fact, I can probably illustrate it, right? So if you look at the lights there, right? So now I'm talking right into the microphone. Now I've turned my head to the left of the microphone. Now I'm talking right into it. Now I've turned it to the left again. Can you see how the input is lower? This microphone is awesome if you just want to pick up your voice. It's almost like a radio microphone. The problem is it has to be right inside your face. So for things like streaming, it might not be the best microphone unless you're just going to shove the mic in your face. I don't know. But it is a really, really good microphone. Of course, I've put this pop filter on it because we don't want the pop, 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 pop sound, which is cool. The other thing as well here is the Rode arm for the microphone. Now, this actually is the remote control from the camera I'm holding, so I can do things like this. Press the zoom, and it zooms in remotely. Cool. Anyway, this is the most expensive arm you can buy. I highly recommend this. Get this. If you want a microphone, spend the money on this. I think it's about 150 quid. So probably like $200. It is so good. It's got such a massive range of movement. I mean, you can move the thing like literally anywhere. I went through a phase of buying the really cheap ones off Amazon. Problem with those is they don't last very long. And, you know, if you're going to secure a microphone, which is pretty expensive to it, you're asking for trouble, really. So, yeah, always buy the best stuff you can afford. And that is like another bit of advice, really, like with the computers itself. For a very long time, you know, and I know it's easy to say this because if you haven't got the money to do it, it's hard. But I really didn't use the best computer I could afford. Like, if you're really going to go into streaming or YouTubing, you need to go out there and buy the best stuff you can because it will be the most reliable and it will just give you the best performance. You don't want to be wasting time, especially when it comes to things like, you know, if we talk about encoding on YouTube. Like, if I make a video, I want to be able to encode that video as fast as possible and then upload it as fast as possible. Not for speed, not for like, oh, I want to get the video out first. It's just because that would be wasted time if we sit there and wait 40 minutes for an encode or we wait 20 minutes. You know, that's half the time. So it adds up, especially if you're making a lot of videos. So it is worth getting the best stuff you can afford. We've got my HyperX Cloud Flight headset, which is my primary headset I use, which as you can see is wireless. Really lightweight headset. Not the best sound quality compared to other headsets I've had from HyperX. I think the Cloud Alpha is definitely a better headset for like pure audio. The thing is, it's really heavy because it's made of metal. This is plastic and really light, and I've been having a bit of a problem recently with my neck, just through like repetitive strain, I suppose, of just sitting there with stuff on my head all day. So I've converted to these, and they seem to be helping quite a bit. This is my calendar that was given to me for Christmas, and it's got olive and sky on it. Ah, beautiful. Oh yeah, I'll show you my desk, which is a beautiful thing. So the desk, this is from IKEA, and it rises up and down. This is partly why it's an absolute mess under here, because I had to like just chuck everything into a position so this can function. So this, like, you can make it go up, so it's just, or make it go down, and you can actually put this into a position where you're standing, which is so goddamn cool. We've got again, this is another thing you should spend money on, right? This is the tripod for my camera. This thing is an expensive tripod, but it's really, really good. You can like move the camera into certain positions and get it set up good. Like, it's things like that, like tripods, cameras, computers, lighting, you want to really spend money on if you're looking to get into this. Because I think if you cheap out, it just comes back and bites you in the ass, and then you have to like come back years later or even months later and start replacing stuff. That there is my spares drawer where literally everything is chucked in. That's like the cable collection in case I need HDMI cables, micro USB, you know, loads of stuff. There is one of my older computers down there, you might be able to see, with like a load of weights piled on top. Yeah, but I think that's pretty much it, guys. That's my, oh, did I show you this? I must have done. The big middle finger. These are banned by Blizzard. Don't tell Blizzard I did this. Anyway, there you go, guys. That's my studio setup. It is very much studio. It's where I come to work every day, and yeah, I've tried to keep it as natural as possible. I mean, I could have just cleaned it all up and, you know, put the cables into a nice position, but this is literally how I work. You know, we're real people, ladies and gentlemen. We don't live in immaculate, oh, look how fancy everything is, blah blah blah. No. Maybe you do, maybe I'm just dirty. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa, and this is Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then let me know what you think about the video in the comments below, and I'll catch you lovely lot on the next one. Toodaloo.